Welcome back to Come and Talk It. And now here's Michael Cargill.
All right, so Thomas says, hey, any feelings about the McCutchen versus U.S. about not being compensated for the bump stocks? Yeah, Thomas. Okay, so McCutchen versus the U.S. That's a case of I don't know if it's a gun store or they're a retailer, but they want to be compensated for the bump stocks they have actually had to turn in. And their case is actually in front of the Supreme Court right now, the U.S. Supreme Court. And so they're waiting to get a hearing and find out what's going on with that. And that case is going to be slightly different. They're just wanting to be compensated. It's not about, bump stocks or legal or not, or illegal or anything like that. They're just saying, hey, we lost them. The government made us turn them in. We are owed some type of, retribution.
So basically, the government came in, bent this guy over, and he's just asking for them to clean up the mess off his back.
Yes, exactly.
Can you just wipe, please?
So that case, I think, I don't know if the Supreme Court is going to hear that case or not, if they're going to hold on to it and wait for our case to come forward. But I think there's a possibility both cases will be heard. I know our case is definitely going to be heard. I'm pretty sure. I'm banking on it.
Is there a takings claim in your case, Mike?
No, so not at all.
So their case it probably has a really important takings claim.
Right.
And that's worth doing. That's because
Correct.
anytime they ban everything else, okay, if it's established that it's a takings.
So I think they may hold on to that, hear our case, and then theirs as well.
Yeah.
I think. Because I don't think they should hear this one first.
I mean, did they even grant cert? Do you know if they granted cert?
I don't know.
So for those listening and don't know what that is, what is the takings claim?
Well, basically, you want to establish, it's unconstitutional for the federal government to take from you without compensating. That's established in constitutional law. Do I know exactly where? I think there's a takings clause. I think there's some statutory stuff
So basically,
too.
they just need to pay you if they take something of yours under the law?
The important thing here for us in our industry is to establish when they do this, because they do it every other year or whatever, is that it is a takings when this happens. And we were debating doing that in California, for example, because they were going to make everybody who had a ghost gunner dispossess themselves of it within 90 days or something. Well, that's a taking.
And just throw it away, basically. Huh?
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And if they're emboldened to do that, if you can't establish that it's a takings when they do that, well, then they'll just keep doing that. So I know it's important, at least for that reason.
Right. And ours is different because we're saying, hey, ATF can't create law, and we're also arguing other points as well.
Oh man, what ATF did with the bump stocks, if you let that go, you know what I mean? Like, you're a real hero for that, man, because they just made all that up.
Right.
It
goes through so many different things. That means the federal government, any agency within the federal government can just say whatever they want to say and do whatever they want to do, and there's no retribution at all.
It's Fifth Amendment. It's, I guess, related to due process. It's nor shall private property be taken for public use without just compensation.
Right.
That's in the Fifth Amendment.
Right.